Hey, what's up everybody? It's Maymoney back again for another video. Yay! I'm so excited to actually be recording this. Sorry I'm late. Life has been really busy just this past couple of months. I've been having a hard time, but I don't care about any of that because we are talking about The Walking Dead this time. The season finale of The Walking Dead season 7. It was entitled The First Day of the Rest of Your Life. I think that's what it was called. I have a lot to say about it, so let's just get right into it. Yeah. So overall, I loved this episode for a number of reasons. First of all, I really think it tied up what this season was about really well. It kind of closed the book on some characters that we lost. This season was a lot about mourning and the whole what's the word? It escapes me right now. But the whole grieving process, I guess is what I'm trying to say, was this entire season, you know? And don't try to act like, because I know I've seen a lot of the reactions for the first episode of the season, the one that we all hated so much, but also loved at the same time. But, you know, we lost 2 characters. And y'all, I've seen a lot of reactions out there where people were crying and really, really upset. And so don't try to act like, you know, after a couple of days you're just okay and you got over it. Because that's not, I think that's what this season was about, is the realistic amount of time it takes to get over to something, to be able to rally yourself up again, to fight back. It's a real process, and they were making us feel that with the characters. Like, they really made us feel, and I'll do entire season thing where I will definitely reiterate this more, but they really wanted us to be on the same level of the characters. They wanted us to feel as oppressed and in the dark and hopeless as the characters in the show, which makes for a weird kind of season because a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like feeling like that. And so it's understandable that a lot of people didn't like this season because of the way that you felt. But anyway, so overall, this episode was exciting, intense, had me on the edge of my seat. Really epic moments in there, and then really emotional moments at the same time in there. Man, it tied up the season in a nice little bow. Paid great homage to Glenn and Abraham, which was great. This whole season did that, but the end, it really brought us back to the beginning of the season when the 2 characters that we lost and that we loved so much, and that the characters that we love so much. So I really liked that. And what I mentioned before is a realistic season, or a really realistic time of mourning, grief, what it takes to the feeling of revenge and the feeling of rebellion. V's and B's, they're hard for me. Revenge and rebellion and courage and all that stuff. It really showed and highlighted all of those really realistic and humanistic attributes. So yeah, we got a great farewell to Sasha, which was really, really nice. I really liked that because I liked Sasha as a character, and now that you think about it, wow, she's been with us, her and Tyrese, since season 3. That's a long time. So yeah, it was good to bid adieu to Sasha in a great way. And we also got a nice reunion of characters as well. And we're all united under one banner. And we're all ready to fight. And Negan knows that, they're not fucking with him anymore. And he has to go to war, essentially. So they're forcing him into war now. Which I don't think was on his to-do list. But he's like, wow, Rick. And we'll get into that. Wow, Rick. Okay. We're going to war. And Rick's like, yes, let's fucking go to war because we got some soldiers on our side. So yes, let's get into it. There's a lot to cover. A lot happened. Try not to keep this too long. We had Daryl and Dwight. Daryl, he knows, first of all, that they need Dwight. So when he had them all heamed up, ready to kill him, ready to stab him in the eye, he was definitely thinking twice, because he knows that they, to win the war, they need an insight man. And that's just the bottom line of the whole situation. They need him, And if he's really going to be telling the truth, and he does know Dwight, he does know why, what he's about and why he does the things that he does. And when Dwight was telling Daryl about Sherry, it made a lot of sense that he would be like, he would kind of stand down in that situation and just kind of save his revenge for later, because they're fighting a bigger enemy right now. And also, Sherry is the reason why Dwight is out, so he kind of owes that to her, and to Dwight in a weird way. And he doesn't have a reason to stay around anymore. So, Sherry's gone. He doesn't have a reason to put up with Negan's shit anymore, because he was doing that to save her, but she's gone. So now he can do whatever the fuck he wants, essentially. And Dwight actually did come through and gave them a huge heads up. He knew, that the saviors were coming the next day. They didn't know that. They didn't know anything about that. So, even though things didn't go the way that they wanted to, that was a huge heads up, because Negan would have just came rolling in without them knowing at all. And I think that we're going to see Dwight coming in a lot of handy later in season 8. We're just going to have to wait and see until October, my birthday month. So I'm always excited for that. And honestly, I think it's going to go by like this, because this first half of the year has gone by crazy fast. And this cliffhanger didn't really leave us on a cliffhanger as much as it just kind of wrapped up and closed the book on this season. So I'm excited for season 8 for sure, but I don't feel like I'm gritting my teeth, which is great. It's a great feeling. I'll just be excited as fuck for the next season to go to war, but I don't feel like I want to know something that, didn't happen. Like, cliffhangers are the worst. Yeah. And Daryl went straight up gangsta in this episode. Oh my God. Soldier Boy. We need Daryl Dixon. He is a strong fighter. So, we definitely need a Daryl Dixon on our side. And Negan was like, oh, I want my Daryl back. Well, not today, buddy. Daryl's not coming back, so... And that sucks for you, because he might get the shot in one of these days. Even though we all know that that's unlikely, especially for Negan. But if anybody... he's a threat, for sure, and he's going to be taking out a lot of saviors next season. But let us roll into Sasha and Abraham before this video gets too long. So we had Sasha and Abraham. This whole sequence was a little... I liked it a lot. First of all, I love Abraham, so I wanted to see him. It was good to see him again. I like that actor a lot. Michael Cutlitz is great, and it was so good to just see him again, because I was ready for Glenn, but Abraham was somebody that I didn't want to go so soon. So it was really good to get a little touch with him. And Sasha did a brave thing to save her people. And, she bought them just a sliver of a second, Otherwise, if she hadn't done what she did, everything would have went way left of what actually happened. So good, it sucks that she's gone, but at the same time, I was so happy. It was the moment when she popped out of the casket, and I was like, oh no, Sasha, but I was like, yeah, get him, but oh no, Sasha, but I was still excited. So it's kind of damn, I'm really sad about her, but at the same time, her death and the way that she went out, was really helpful and really brave, and wow, I think that might have been one of the most interesting deaths of a main character that we've had so far, where I think she might be one of the most interesting ones. It was definitely different from a lot of the other character deaths that we've had, and I loved it. And there's a moment where she told Eugene that she still believes in him and that he can still change. And I think that was an important moment that may not make any sense now or may not be relevant now. But I think that is going to come back in handy later in season 8. Because, and we'll talk more about Eugene in a little bit. But I liked that moment when she was saying, I'm not going to give up on you. You can still be that person that you wanted to be, that you wanted to live up to. It's not too late. And I really liked that moment because I haven't given up on Eugene yet. I'm still like, yeah, what they're showing us is very obvious that he's all full force Negan, and I agree. But at the same time, I'm like 80% sure. Like, there's still an uncertainty there. For me personally, call me wrong, call me stupid, call me whatever the fuck you want. But I'm still not 100% convinced that Eugene is all the way there. Because once the moment that he has to start making bullets to kill his friends, like, I don't care how much of a coward you are, that's not going to be an easy choice to make. And so I think we're going to definitely see something come back with that. And those words are going to come back to him. And, you know, there are people inside of Negan's crew that all he has to do is communicate with, and he can instantly be an insider. Like, so I'm not, for now, yes, he's Negan, but later, I'm pretty sure that Eugene's gonna have a pretty good relationship with Negan that might come in handy for the survivors later on. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I like that moment when she told Abraham, like the flashback of like the day that they went out to help Maggie, that she wanted him to stay instead of going out, just hold out one time because she saw this dream and she just didn't feel comfortable with it. I really like that moment because we saw that, you know, she was right. He did die that day brutally. And I liked seeing a little bit more insight on like their relationship, of course, because it was so short-lived. You know, she was kind of like not with it for a while, and then she finally caved in, I think like an episode or two before, and then they started like hooking up or whatever, and then he died. So we didn't like it, the relationship wasn't fleshed out like for us or for them, honestly. And so I liked seeing that, and she was right, and the way that it went down is really tragic because she had like a little premonition. And Sonequa Martin Green is just like amazing, and it's gonna be really like sad not seeing her there all the time, and that they lost a sharpshooter too. So Michonne, you need to start practicing and living up to the dream because sharpshooter number 1 is gone. So they need somebody else to kind of fill that role because she was the one with the gun, and I'm just gonna miss Sasha a lot. She went out like a real one, though. Her and Abraham went out like real ones. Okay, so let's move on to the Hilltop in the Kingdom briefly. We have Maggie, who decides that, you know, for the Hilltop to fight with them because she was like, yeah, I think that Rick and them, they're going to need our help if the Saviors are coming. Good thing she made that decision, and she knows... And then we also have the Kingdom where I like that moment with Ezekiel and Morgan. I thought that was really, really beautiful. Like how Ezekiel, or the actor's face, you know, he looked really concerned for Morgan. He was really, really trying to convince him to fight with them because of everything. And the way that he convinced Morgan was so nice. I really liked that. He was like, are you doing this, you know, for yourself, or are you doing this in honor of Benjamin? Like, why are you wearing this armor? Like, cease this folly, come fight with us, we need to do this together. And I just loved that. I thought that was great. And so I just like that epic Kingdom moment where they're like, we're going to war, the tiger's there, Carol's looking straight up Carol is back, looking amazing, like with the Kingdom. And I really liked when she was sitting at the end with Morgan, like back at Alexandria, back at their initial home together. I really liked that. I thought that was a really great moment, just because it's been a while since they've been back, and they came back guns blazing, shooting up motherfuckers together after everything that they've gone through to help save people that they care about. And I thought that was an amazing moment. Loved it, and I liked them together again. And it seemed like they kind of have come to a peace, you know, with all the demons that they've been fighting, and they have each other to kind of like help each other through that. So that was nice. And also, like, Carol and Ezekiel, I really like them together too. She had the tiger right there, and they was just blasting fools. I was just like, yes, this is a Carol that, and I like that shot where they were like right up to her face, and the gun was just blasting. I was like, yes, we love this. And then we had the tiger moment where Shiva straight up saves the day. I'm not going in a chronological order because the episode wasn't really linear either, so it's hard to do that. But yeah, Shiva saves the day. That's the second character that saved the day in this episode. So shout out to Shiva. That was amazing. She mauled the fuck out of that dude. Couple of dudes. And that really had Negan shook. I was like, yes, Negan is shook. A tiger will shake anybody. And he was like, God damn, they got a fucking tiger. Like, yeah, they have a fucking tiger. Watch out. And of course he wouldn't know that because he doesn't fuck with the kingdom. He's never been there. He don't know what Ezekiel got. So, yeah, that's like a trump card. That's like a little wild card right there where you don't know what the fuck you gonna get. And I'm pretty sure he didn't assume a tiger would be coming out the cuts. So, let's get into Rick, Negan, Michonne, Carl, Junkyard, Kuru. We got the Junkyard people that looked hella fishy, but since I was so into the episode, I didn't think about a betrayal at the moment. But then I wasn't surprised when it happened. But throughout the whole thing... Oh, can we talk about how Rick was actually... and Rosita were actually gonna kill Eugene? And that's why I'm like, Eugene... Like, are you really gonna be sad? Are you really gonna be upset? Like, you know that if you're on the other side of that fence... You know, a lot of people on their side are going to die regardless. If you're going to be a casualty like that, then you're going to be a casualty. Like, sorry, if you're Negan, my friend during the reaction was like, okay, bye, we're killing all Negans. So, like, fuck, like, they really were going to kill his ass. And that's why I was like, you know what, Eugene, maybe you should start thinking a little bit better because, yeah, they're going to kill your ass. You really think that they weren't? You know this group. You know that you're either with them or you're not. And Eugene, your ass almost got blown the fuck up. So maybe your ass should stop being a little bitch because that's how you get blown up. But anyways, they betray him. There was that little moment where like Jadis hits on Rick. That was pretty funny. Oh, and then there was that moment where Carl took the first shot. I was like, yes, Carl. I loved that. He took the first shot. He started that whole gunfight. And he took out like 3. And then they showed that little shot of him just posted up. Carl was getting it in. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if he took out like most of the saviors at that moment. And also the junkyard people as well. And... yeah, Carl just went really badass. Like, he was ready to die at that moment. You know, he took out enough saviors that I think he was okay with it. He was happy with it. He was like, fuck it, you know, I got my kills in. If you're going to beat my head in with the bat, my dad's still sitting strong. We're going to talk about it in a second. But yes, Carl, you are stepping up. And I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen with him in season 8. But we'll talk about that in another video because I really need to talk about a couple of characters and stuff. But yeah. So we have the gunfight part 1. Rosita got shot. Lots of Alexandrian casualties. Michonne gets her ass whooped, but still comes out on top. Sometimes warriors gotta take the beating. That makes you stronger. She gets beat the fuck up, but she pulled through. And she tosses that bitch over the side. Rick... finally is on his knees again with the lineup again. In my heart, I was just done. I was like, oh my god, this episode is stressing me the fuck out. And then, like, I like how they kind of circled back to the first episode. They did a lot of full circles in this. Like, we really went full circle back to episode 1 with Rick and Carl lined up for Lucille. And then Rick's just like, there ain't nothing that you can do. You're already dead. I'm gonna kill you. I already said it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'm gonna fucking kill your ass. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill the fuck out of you, Negan. Ugh. Like, he not even gonna kill him. He gonna kill the fuck out of him. Love that. And I think there was a moment where Negan was like, these motherfuckers are like, is there a moment where he's thinking that there may be more trouble than it's worth? Because they really have been a lot of trouble. Last time he was there, he got shot at. Fucking people having to stab people. Daryl escaped. One of his homies was dead. They still in this dynamite. They fucking spying on him. Rallying crews. Like, going up in there blasting motherfuckers. Like, and they've been killing saviors since season 6. Like, they're a lot of trouble. So I think there was a moment where Negan was for real, like getting irritated. Like, oh my god, these motherfuckers they're crazy, dude. They're fucking crazy. And I'm dealing with some crazy ass people. So yeah, they're kind of on the same level. And so now we have a formidable opponent against Negan, which is great. I think he's starting to really see Rick as like trying to play it out, trying to smile and laugh in his face and trying to be like, fuck you. But at the same time, he's like, oh my god, these motherfuckers, you got to keep both eyes open because they will do a whole bunch of fucked up shit to you. And they will come in and stab you in your sleep. They've done it before. I'm surprised Rick ain't bit his throat out by now. But anyway. Yes. Oh yeah, and then we had the moment where Negan saw Maggie. And it took me a couple of times to see what he said. But he was like, that widow's still alive, guns are blazing. And then he said something to Simon about, like, that's the taste of shit. I didn't really understand what that was. But yeah. Maggie was popping off. Oh, great. And I loved that Negan saw that because, yes, this group, they're not anything to fuck with. Yes. Yeah, Negan got a little taste of his own medicine. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. Dwight leaves a little message so we're going to definitely see more Dwight in season 8. Season 8, we're probably going to see Rick and them probably hunt down them junkyard people and probably just, like, waste all of them. And then the Maggie speech at the end, like, the first watch through, I didn't cry because I was with my friends. I was very high adrenaline. But it was, like, emotional. But the second time through, I bawled like a fucking baby, like, the entire episode. Because it's just, like, I was by myself. I had just woken up. I was really listening. And I cried super hard. And then the shot of the watch is just, like, so... It really, like, it was a really nice moment. Because it really, like, it was, like, flipping that last page in a book that you really, really liked. And that you didn't want to be over, but it ended in such a beautiful way and you just miss those characters and it just like was so symbolic of like people that you miss. Whew. That was really beautiful. Like I'm actually like, wow. It was really emotional, you know? I loved it. So like a few questions and predictions and then I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. So first of all, for season 8, will Negan kill Eugene? Is Eugene worth anything to him anymore besides the bullet making? Like, because, like, he's not leverage. That's for damn sure. Definitely not leverage because his own people were ready to fucking blow his ass up. So, and, like, does he trust him? Because at the end, it started to seem like he was doubting some of Eugene a little bit. But I think we're going to have to wait till season 8 to really see what's up with that. But, I think Negan's starting to get a little bit more suspicious of the people on his side. Hopefully, I mean, shit. Hopefully he don't fuck with Dwight because Dwight has been known to frame people and have them sent into a furnace. So Eugene, be cool because your ass either gonna be Lucille, stabbed, or thrown in a furnace. So maybe he should have just stayed on the right side of the fence. But anyway, so like, what's up with Eugene? Do you guys think that once he has to make bullets to kill his friends, will he really be able to do that? Because that's really dark, and that's like a psychopath kind of mind. And I don't think Eugene is quite there. Like, that's a whole nother level of fucked up that Eugene has not shown to be as his character. I think season 8 Eugene is going to be very interesting. Did Sasha's words to Eugene, her last words to him, will those resonate with him later? That's another question that I had. Like, will those words come back later to kind of switch him back to the right side, because like she really pulled a brave thing, and maybe that will resonate with him. He did have connections with Sasha too, you know, like Eugene isn't just heartless, and like he has a heart. So yeah, Eugene. Anyway, what will Negan do now that he knows all his communities that he's extorting from are fighting back? Hilltop, Kingdom, and Alexandria are all not fucking with him all at the same time. So his whole thing is really like kind of collapsed on him, and now he has to go to war. And like, how many of his people are really gonna be down for that? And what would he do that now that he knows that Maggie is alive? That should be interesting for season 8. How will Dwight play into the story? He's definitely an important key. I'm interested to see how he's going to play in. I think he's going to be a real wild card and going to really spice things up for season 8 and the whole war. And he'll probably be able to rally troops within them. He might be like that unknown army within the saviors. Like he can like rally the wives. Dr. Carson can start poisoning motherfuckers. And even if he can probably get Eugene on his side too, you never know. Like they haven't really communicated much. So maybe there's something that we haven't seen yet. Will the Oceanside return to the fight? That would be very interesting. I would like to see Cindy again. She's a good shot. We could use her. It would be really stupid for them to just get all their shit taken away from them and then never come back. That would be retarded. So I would really like to see more from the Oceanside. Let me know what you guys think about that. And so, another Eugene question. Will Eugene make bullets to kill his friends? Do you guys really think that Eugene is going to make bullets to mow down and kill his friends? I don't think so. Let me know what you guys think. Call me crazy, call me stupid, whatever you want. But I really don't think so. That's some really psycho shit. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have. Thanks so much for sticking out with me for this season of Walking Dead. This is my first time doing reactions and doing reviews, and I'm just trying to hash it out. I think the next time it'll be 10 times better. Just because it's been a huge learning process for me, and hopefully I'm more stable with everything that's going on in my life by the end of the year. That's my goal. So I'm going to keep grinding and hustling like hustlers do. Thank you so much to everybody that I've just been hanging out with. It's been a blast, and I really appreciate all the support. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys, and I love making new friends. And I'm going to miss you guys, but I definitely will be putting out a video for like just the whole season, kind of like over like a review of the season, because there's a lot of thoughts and it makes so much more sense. I was on the fence about this season, but like seeing this final episode, it makes sense, and that's all I needed. So yeah, I will hopefully be seeing some of you guys for the 100. That's not over yet. I can't wait for that to come back, but we're on a bit of a hiatus. I also will probably be doing a little bit of a Coachella video, because I'm going to Coachella this in a week. Actually, next week I'm going to Coachella, so I'll probably be taking some footage for that, and I'll put a little video together for that. You'll be seeing me around. I'm going to do a couple other random videos here and there during the summer and just see how I feel. I'm watching Attack on Titan. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. You guys are the best. Like, subscribe, and I'm going to miss you so much. I don't want to say goodbye for The Walking Dead, but I will be seeing you very soon. And my reaction will be up next. So, yeah. See you guys. Bye.